Welcome to the Sheffield United Way. My name is Hal. Alongside me, I have Nick, and we are now welcoming a current Blades defender, Poland youth international, Kacper Łopata, to the Sheffield United Way. I'm going to have a go at this. 𝐍𝐨𝐫𝐝𝐚𝐷𝐝. Kacper, thanks for being with us.
Dobry wieczór. Thank you for having me, guys.
How did I do? Be honest.
That was good. It was all right. Yeah.
That was terrible. You can tell.
Yeah, it was terrible.
All right. Initially being kind.
Good effort though, Hal. I didn't do that, and I wasn't going to embarrass myself and do it. So I'm glad you did that. How are you doing today, anyway, Kacper? You good, mate?
I'm good. I'm very good. Tired, tough training, but good.
So Nick and I were in an executive box for the Southampton game, and we were quite surprised that at the end, sort of gone 10:30, you and the rest of the lads were out there doing some training, still in the dark, doing some sprints late on.
Yeah, some of the boys aren't happy about it because obviously you want to get off, you want to see your family and whatever. But I think you need it even after a game. We don't do too much, but it's just to get distance and feel the ball in our legs. But I don't mind it. I like playing football, so it's not much of an issue for me.
Well said.
Yeah, and for someone like you, obviously you're obviously quite young. You've not been in the first team too much, so I bet it's quite nice to be in around the players. But I bet for the players that want to be kind of expecting to be out there on the field, I bet it's annoying to be doing that running at that time of night and not even got a game.
Yeah, well, I think all the boys are professional, but I think, especially me, I cherish every moment I have with the first team, because nothing's a given, So I'm thankful and grateful. Doesn't mean I don't think I hold my own or that I shouldn't be there because I'm a bit younger. I don't look at it like that at all, but I do appreciate it.
To be honest as well, mate, a lot of people on Twitter before the Southampton game was saying that they wanted to see you start in that game, and a bit gutted that you didn't come on at all. And really, it's a feather in your cap that 𝐷𝐸𝐚𝐷𝐝 is the only player, or only young player really, that played in that game. You were the only player on the bench who was under 23s. So that's a massive feather in your cap, and you should be really proud of that.
As I said, I don't really see it like that, I think age is just a number, and sometimes it's an excuse for young players not to get to the point where they want to be, or deflect things, or maybe I won't get a chance because I'm young. I think I will get more out of my career and where I want to be if why I might not play, and is it because I'm young, or is it because maybe I need to work on this, maybe work on that. There may be a lot of reasons, but if I just keep focused on the end goal, then in the end, I think I'll get there,
I like this attitude. All right, let's go all the way back. Tell us about when you first moved to England, please.
Crazy times. So we moved from Poland to Bristol. Me, my older brother, my mum. My mum worked 3 jobs. We lived in like a shared house accommodation thing. My mum absolutely grafted in 3 jobs. Me and my brother didn't even go to school at the time, so we were just playing football in our spare time. But now that I look back, it was quite tough from my mum, but I think me and my older brother had everything we needed, and we were always satisfied, and grateful.
She sounds like an absolute superwoman, your mum. Is your brother playing football as well?
No. He did here and there in Poland for local teams, but definitely without him I wouldn't be where I am, and definitely without him I won't get to where I want to be, because always taking me out, always taking care of me when there's no one at home. He's taking me to the park and to the football pitch, and just looking after me.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a great family. So how did you come to play for Bristol City and Brighton Hove Albion? How did you get into the setups?
So in Bristol, I was in and around local teams here and there. I was at Yeovil Town when I was 15, 16, right? I had a terrible injury. I was out for a year. I went to an college called SGS College. I met Dave Hockaday there, ex-Leeds manager.
Yeah.
Greatest man on the planet. I'm still in touch with him to this day. I speak to him after every game. Anytime, I'm having kind of on-pitch issues, even off-pitch, he's just a very wise man that I like speaking to. So I was playing for SGS College. It was pre-season. We were playing these academies like Swindon Town and like the lower league teams. And I got a call from David, I remember, saying that Tottenham Hotspur were in for me, that they want me in for a trial. So bearing in mind, like, I'm still like a 16, 17-year-old kid playing for a college team. I thought I don't know if I can say he was taking a piss, Tottenham coming in for Kacper. Like, so I ended up going to Tottenham for a trial. I've done really well. So I trained with the first team for a day.
Wow.
Which is crazy because I assumed I was still under 18s at the time. The under 23s went on tour, trained with the first team. 23s came back. I played for the 23s. I've done really well, I think. They said I'm not better than what they had at the time, which was a bit. I don't know what they were expecting. They had England centre halves, and they took a kid from college. I hadn't had proper training, but. Came back to SGS College, Bristol City came in for me. Trained with Bristol City, so I trained with the under 18s from on Monday, I believe. Tuesday it was the 23s, and on Wednesday, I've done a bit with the 23s, and then first team took me over. So I've done with the first team, and I was up against Famara Diedu, I think that his name is, big number 9. Anyway,
𝐍𝐸𝐿.
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, done well. They offered me a contract after some time. On that same Saturday, I played against them against Cardiff City. Done really well. John Morland, the Brighton Academy manager, came down to watch that game actually, and basically said I was the best player on the pitch. And when a Premier League team comes, you just, I think at the time that was the perfect thing for me, and I just went. He said, "We'll sign you here. Like, we want you." And next day I was in Brighton.
I love it.
So yeah, that's the story.
I love hearing that. And then while you were at Brighton, you enjoyed some loan spells at Whitehawk, and I'm going to have another go at this.
Yeah.
Back home, you also went to Poland and 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍.
That's miles better. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well done, Hal. I was laughing at you then. I'm sorry.
Cheers, mate. I broke out in a sweat there.
I know when I read our notes before, I'm like, I'm so glad Hal's got that pronunciation.
Why do you think I took that question?
Yeah, give it yourself.
Tough language that. Well done, Hal.
Thanks, mate. So tell us about Whitehawk and the Polish team.
Whitehawk, the best thing I've ever done was go into that team. Manager Jude McDonald, always very grateful for allowing me to go there. I played on terrible pitches against experienced strikers that it's just something I would have never got in under 18s football. And for a 17-year-old centre back, I played every game, every minute, and just getting that rhythm of playing. And it's all about results and grinding out results, because it really matters. Because boys, earn a bit of change there, and so it really matters. And I'm playing with experienced pros that have been in the game for years. I loved it, absolutely loved it. Came January that season, I've done well. I think I scored about 7-8 goals. We were near the top of the league. Went to 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍. So I moved to Poland. It was a 6-month loan. I played about 7-8 games, I believe. Friendlies and stuff as well. So we had a manager for 2 games, then COVID happened. He got sacked. But a lot of situations happened. I didn't enjoy it. Things behind the scenes, like the that we don't have to get into, you know, like trying to force me to sign a contract. You know, for an 18-year-old kid, it's tough. And I was there on my own, really. Yeah, but, you know, now that I look back, I've learned a lot of valuable things. And, you know, going into different change rooms with different personalities and trying to see where you stand with people, you know, all this helps.
Yeah, and actually, I've seen some clips on YouTube of you playing out there, and the clips actually look fantastic. You look very assured. I know YouTube is YouTube, and obviously it's only going to be the good stuff that ends up on there. But for me, as a Sheffield United fan, looking forward to seeing you playing in our first team, it was very encouraging.
Yeah, I'm sure there were clips on YouTube and whatnot, but I think when I played well. But, you know, I think I can, on clips, I think everyone could look like the best player, you know.
Apart from me, I'll agree.
Not necessarily always the picture.
Yeah. So, obviously, you came to Sheffield United. How did it come about?
So, after my loan ended, my contract with Brighton ran out. I didn't want to extend it. There were players ahead of me. I knew Ben White was coming back from Leeds. I knew he wasn't going to go. So I just didn't think there was a pathway. There are a few other clubs, I believe Leicester City and a few other Championship clubs. But I came into Sheffield United, and my first day I met Paul Heckingbottom, Jack Lester. And as a player, when you step into a change room or an environment, but by the way, we weren't even at the academy. We were training at some grass pitches somewhere else. So it was not. I didn't see the facilities or anything like that. Where we were training, it wasn't ideal. But you know, when you step into a place, you know whether the people there value you, and you know the way Paul Heckingbottom spoke to me, the way he shook my hand, you know, the way they look you in the eyes, all that matters. And after 2-3 days, they've offered me a contract, and I just thought this is the place to be, you know. And I could have gone elsewhere, but I think, you know, I want to play for Sheffield United, and this is the first team I want to get to, and I believe I've got a chance here. So that was the main reason.
Brilliant. Nick, of course, knows Jack Lester as I do as Super Jack Lester.
Yeah.
From his time as a striker, and he's a Sheffield United fan. And I've spoken to him. I have never actually had the pleasure of speaking to Paul, but I know that Jack is really passionate about his current role. But one day, hopefully, we'll get Super Jack Lester on the channel. He can tell us all about developing the next generation.
Some stories, yeah.
Oh, I bet he's got some stories. I know. Apparently, he doesn't like talking about himself, so we'll struggle, but we'll get some stories, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, how have you personally found Sheffield as a city? Have you enjoyed it?
Honestly, loved it. I enjoy it way more than I did Brighton, which it comes to a surprise to a lot of people, but I just settled in straight away, you know. I just feel at home, you know. And you know, I'm not just saying that. I honestly feel really, really good in Sheffield. You know, I enjoy it, and it's something I couldn't really say about Brighton for whatever reason. Sometimes it just happens. Some things are just meant to be, you know. And I enjoy waking up in the morning, and I can't wait to get to the training ground. And it's the, you know, the vibe, the feeling. It's a great environment.
Absolutely. You're living our dreams anyway, mate. So,
True.
So yeah, because we weren't good enough, we're living through you right now. And I can tell Hal's enjoying this as much as I am right now. So the Sheffield United development department, what have they done for you, and what have they done for your game? So a bit of a technical question here, I think.
What haven't they done for me? I mean, I was speaking to Paul Heckingbottom today, and we were just saying how much I've developed in that year since coming to United. You know, things like positioning. You know, I've put on a bit of muscle. You know, improved technically, tactically. You know, just a bit more assured, a bit more mature as a centre back. I think I'm turning into a first team player, and that's the main thing. You know, instead of being a good academy player, you want to be a player that's going to have a career, and that's the goal. You want to have a career, and I want to have a career in the Premier League, ideally with Sheffield United. And you guys might laugh, might smile, but that is the goal, and no other way about it. Because if I didn't believe that, then why am I here, really? You know. that is my goal, and that's why I wake up, and that's why I go to the training ground every day with intent. I do extras and I look after myself, and hopefully all these things add up.
I like you saying you put on a bit of muscle. That's a humble brag.
No, it's the stats. The stats don't lie, Hal.
The stats don't lie.
That was for the ladies. That one. That was for the ladies. That one.
After this, we're gonna talk about protein regime and some of your reps. We'll talk about bench and squats and your deadlift max. Let's get to know Kacper Łopata better now with our quickfire round. Which podcast are you enjoying at the moment or most recently?
The Fostcast, Ben Foster, unreal.
Oh, love it. I really wanted Ben Foster to come to Sheffield United because I wanted to see vlogs. That's what I wanted to see.
He's unreal.
Yeah, he's such a fantastic goalkeeper as well. What was the last thing you enjoyed on Netflix? Or Amazon Prime?
No, Netflix only. It is called Clickbait.
I knew that.
I knew you were going to say that as well.
Because Jordan Amissa was like, get on it.
Oh, really? I haven't even spoken to him about it.
He can talk for days about it.
Yeah. Have you spoken to him?
Only online. I've never met him. I'd love to. That makes me sound weird, though.
Yeah, spell how old are you, Hal?
Doesn't matter. Look, not in an odd sense. It's for the channel. Yeah, it's good that my wife and I very much enjoyed that. Okay, what type of music do you listen to?
Bit of everything. Rap, bit of house music. Depends what time, what occasion. Just get me in the mood.
Sounds good. What sort of music do you listen to in the changing room?
Probably a bit of rap,
Nice.
Do you know what? Jack Lester said to me once, this was funny. He goes to me, remember who you are, you're a thug. And I try to get in that zone before a game.
Like that.
Funny how it is, yeah. Funny as it sounds, it gets me in that perfect zone where I could perform. And yeah, I just, it's just I get in that zone and I think it's done. It's game over, I just think, I know when I'm in that zone, I'm a thug.
I love it. I'm wearing my Biggie Smalls t-shirt underneath this. I was introducing my nephews to the Notorious B.I.G. earlier. My sister not happy. You forget what the lyrics are actually saying. Okay, Nick, next question.
Yes, funniest teammate.
Funniest teammate. None of them really got banter like that. I just no one around.
It must be you then. It's got to be you.
It must be me. I don't want to point any fingers, but yeah, it must be me.
Yeah, I mean,
Zach Brunn. I'm sure he'll want to be the guy who's got all the bands.
I think in the first team, I don't want to say like I'm like boys with the first team players like that, but I'm not. Obviously, I'm not. But Wes, funny guy. He just like when you're around him, he just says some like a one-word thing, and it just be so stupid but funny. Like
we are the official League One Wes fan club here. I mean that save as well against Southampton.
Oh, unreal! Couldn't believe it on the bench. Unreal.
Yeah, one of the best saves I've ever seen live, and I saw that David Seaman save against Pommpey 𝐍𝐸𝐵𝐿. So, who's your best mate in the under-23s?
Best mate in the under-23s, I'd probably say I'm boys with everyone really. I don't really. It's just because we're up and down so much. We don't really like,
So who do you hate then? I'm joking. That's not.
Answer that.
I'm already joking.
I've
That's
got
not
to
a
say
question.
this. I hate goalkeepers. Jordan and Missa.
You give us with one hand, Wes, and you take us with the other.
Yeah, Wes, top man. Jordan and Missa. I hate goalkeepers. I just don't get them. You got to be crazy to be a goalkeeper. I think
100%.
Yeah. We thought you'd hate strikers, not goalkeepers.
I don't mind strikers. They, I don't think they're all that really.
I'll tell you what, without strikers, you ain't got a job. So you love strikers.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it. But goalkeepers, I don't think they do much. They just shout about and
I'd say I think when I was a kid, never wanted to go in goal.
played in goal a bit for my school team, actually. That's something I'm ashamed of, but yeah.
Well, because you were so tall. Have you always been really tall, or did you just shoot up?
No, I was tiny. I was chubby. Yeah. I've had a couple clubs tell me no because I was too small. Actually, fun fact. Yeah.
How tall are you now? Out of interest.
6'4". Not to brag.
Another brag.
Another one for the ladies.
Go on, Nick just wants to tell you how tall he is.
Well, I'm shorter, so there's no point me saying that. I'm 6'2".
Works wonders, isn't it?
Yeah. So, other than yourself, who is most likely to make it at the highest level for the under-23s?
What I've seen recently, Will Lancashire, and what I'm hearing of them and of other people is mentality, you know? And I haven't seen him much, so it's a bold claim, but you know, I was speaking to a few, even like the staff members, and like the way he is, you know, he's only young, you know, so we'll see. But
yeah, 16, already scored over 20 goals, and it's all mental, of course, really, with how you actually go in a young career, sometimes more than ability wise, and we wish him
because how many stories now you hear that, you know, maybe top players didn't come through the academy, but you know they played non-league. The amount of mental toughness you need to perform at that level, it's incredible, and that resilience, you know.
Yeah, Nick and I were hearing stories like that just the other night, weren't we, Nick? From a coach about it's all about the mental toughness rather than what you can do with the ball at your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If you weren't a footballer, what would you be?
If I weren't a footballer, I'd definitely be a businessman. I'd be doing some sort of business, properties. I'd be doing.
That's so broad.
I know. I did nearly go to university to be a physiotherapist. Probably not something I was really into, but I didn't really have anything else. Football was always numero uno. Probably I'd be on a physio course that I probably wouldn't enjoy now. So, but everything's fine now.
Well, you could do a Nigel Adkins, maybe when you finish football, become a physio and then become Sheffield United manager and just hopefully do better than him.
Yeah, but I think being around physios just put me off it. I don't think.
Physios, goalkeepers, we're adding to the list.
You know what? I'm just so happy with what I'm doing. I just want to stay here, you know?
Yeah.
I really need to make it to the Prem because I just love what I do, you know? It's just simple.
Love your confidence, mate. Absolutely love it. And I'm sure you're going to get there from what sounds like your mentality.
I don't think sometimes it can come across as arrogance, but not all. I just think that's my goal, and I'm not scared to, you know, I'm not embarrassed to say that I want to make it to the Prem, you know, because we've all got dreams, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my current dream is for my nephew to make it with Sheffield United, and I told him I was going to speak to you. He's absolutely beside himself with excitement. He wrote me down 6 questions. They're all nonsense, so I won't bother you with any of them. Instead, Nick has another question for you.
Yeah, who is your footballing idol?
Ronaldinho.
Oh, I love that.
I was thinking Cannavaro, Maldini,
Chris
Baresi.
Morgan.
No, Ronaldinho. What a man. What a man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to dispute that. I used to have a poster of him in the downstairs bathroom before my wife moved in, and she said, "Get rid of that." Now this is the only room where I'm allowed any nonsense.
Have you got a Ronaldinho shirt?
I've got a Barcelona Ronaldinho shirt. Yes, I've also got an Iniesta one.
I've got one somewhere.
Yeah, fantastic. I've also been to the Camp Nou to watch a game, which is, if you haven't done it, it's an experience.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely on the list.
Good. Kacper, this has been such a joy. You have obviously taken from, I think maybe, if I'm putting words in your mouth here, tell me if I'm wrong, but what you started saying initially about your mother's work ethic, I think that has definitely been something that you've taken on from what we understand. You say you like doing extras. You've clearly got that attitude, which is going to help you succeed in the game. And I really hope you get to the Premier League next season and it's with Sheffield United.
Hopefully. Thank you. That's the aim, eh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then we'll have you on again. You can chat to us again about it.
Yeah, don't forget
100%. us. Anytime, guys. Anytime. Been a pleasure.
Kacper Łopata, we wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for joining the Sheffield United way.
Thank you very much, guys. Cheers.